So there's something I've noticed online that I don't really understand, and I'm seeing it as well on the hockey channel here. So I've busted out some pictures that were meant to be used on the Entertainment Guy channel. See, I ordered a whole boatload of 8x10 pictures where I'm like, I'm going to have this really great set. And then, though we have a decent sized house, I don't have room for the set that I thought I would. So a lot of these pictures, this is the first time people will have seen them on camera. So let's go through them. And I'll just, this is Doctor Who. I know this isn't hockey, but stay with me. Down here, you've got a one of the DC TV universe crossovers. Over here, you've got Killjoys, and you've got the cast of The Walking Dead, clearly enjoying life a lot more in this picture than they do in this wasteland. So there's a line down the middle, and on this side, you've got what's optimistic. You've got, no matter how bad things look, there's always going to be some kind of a solution on the horizon. No matter how dark things get, at some point, it's going to work out. And then on this side, well, I've Killjoys because that's what the other side is. It's a killjoy. It is a denial, and then a belief that this is kind of where we're headed, is towards this chaos, anarchy, where everybody mows the grass still. I ever since that was pointed out to me about The Walking Dead, it's one of those things I can't unsee, is that the lawn has been mowed. I who mowed it? Why? I don't care if there's no electricity. I'm throwing gas in this, and I'm gonna. But we could use that in the car. Shut up, woman. We've got to have good lawn. Man's only as good as his lawn. But it could attract zombies. I swear, you one more time. All right. So I'm more on this side. So when I talk about hockey and whether or not we're going to keep playing this year, I don't know when that is, but I'm on this side. And while, there's a lot of doom and gloom, and I get it. I get it. I can't go on this side. I can't come on here and do videos for people every day and just be along the lines of, doing, historical stuff and just, well, since everything's gone. Because I don't believe that it is. Because I don't think the league knows what's going on. I think the plan is, if you do things right, if everybody does what they're supposed to do, there's no reason to think we can't hope for some kind of a Doctor Who moment, some kind of a DC Universe moment out of this. And yeah, the Killjoys could be right. We could end up here if it's not done properly. Now, this channel, in and amongst everything that's going on, I want this to be a place where people go to get away from this. To get away from this as much as possible. It's going to be in the back of our minds right now. Absolutely, no matter what. But I do have hopes. I do have idealistic, optimistic hopes that we can get back to this kind of reality. Where a very dashing David Tennant makes the wrong decision and doesn't stay with Rose in the other universe. Or does stay with Rose in the other universe. Like, I'd like to see, I'm an optimist. And of course, if you watch Doctor Who back then, you know that there's a version of David Tennant that stays with her. It kind of feels like a cheat, but yeah, I really, I find myself more on this side. So do I believe, if you ask me right now, Shannon, do you believe that Stanley Cup will be awarded this year? I will say yes. There's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of money in being, getting this to work. And making sure that it doesn't feel like we played from October until a few days ago for nothing. And that fans didn't pay money for all these tickets to go out and watch all these games that ultimately mean nothing. Because if we say right now, well, and I understand for people on this side, like, there's bigger things in the universe. Oh, there is. There are much bigger things in the world. But it's nice, in and amongst everything else going on out there, to have this hope that we can get back to something we know, something familiar, something all right, and we can have a 3-hour hockey game take us out of whatever's going on out there. I know for many times over my life growing up and as an adult, where hockey was that outlet to me. That was that I had 3 hours of peace where, okay, this game is on. I can put whatever's bugging me in my brain out of my head, and I can just concentrate on this game. This is going to be great. I always tried to be on this side whenever I watched hockey. This was always in there. This feeling of was always in there. Without hockey, it would be very easy for all of us to say, all right, so it's apocalyptical. Here we go. No, no. And so it's about striking a balance, and I'm not gonna say, oh, that's it, everything's done, it's finished forever. No. And there are going to be better days, obviously, and we still have trips planned for later in the year that I don't see any reason to throw my arms in the air and go, well, that's the end of that, because that's when it's something I just can't embrace. It's something I can't wrap my head around, the idea that, well, that's it, that's all finished, that's it. Because I already see people saying, like, well, if they play next season, that's October. Like, that is so far from here. And if we're gonna look in March and go, well, I'm gonna be playing in October, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, because that's so bleak. That is so bleak that I can't get there. I can't. I'm sorry, I'm on this side of the line. I am not on this side of the line. I think we play hockey. I think we figured it out. I think it's going to come down to the players. I think the players have to take this seriously. They have to do the isolation things that they've been told to do. And if they do, I think we can get some games. I don't know how. I don't know where. And I mean, I don't know where. Like, if the empty arena thing comes up, you don't have to play them in any one city. Think about it. You could have games played throughout the day in one arena. You could have 8 different teams in one arena. You can say, you know what? Okay, so we're going to have a playoffs. We're going to have 4 playoff series. Okay, you guys are on the ice surface now. You guys get it next. We'll play these 4 series in this arena. And those 4 series play in that second arena, and that's it. Because you don't have to, there is no such thing as home ice advantage. It doesn't exist. So they could get very creative with this. Very creative with this. Make it so traveling doesn't exist. So again, and that's my optimistic appraisal. They could go anywhere with this. So I will continue to be here every day. I will be on this side of the board. I understand there are plenty of people on this side. The whole Killjoy, and the only reason Killjoy is up there, it's a fantastic show. But the only reason it's up here is because the name of the show is literally Killjoys, and I thought that's kind of very apropos. I was going to put Supernatural on this side, but I can't. Sam and Dean are just fantastic, so I can't put them over here. But yeah, Walking Dead, sure. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I know there are people who are still gonna throw their arms in the air and go, that's it, it's over. And it almost feels to me like people are celebrating it, or yeah, see, why? I guess I don't understand that, because I guess from this sideline you don't see through to that. I prefer to look on the bright side and say, you know what, let's talk about something that's going to happen, and not just say, well, since that's not going to happen, because it just doesn't work for me. But let me know your thoughts as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And again, I've had a lot of people messaging and emailing and lots of messages through various social media forums. This channel will be here every day, and it will continue to be part of that routine that we are lacking right now. So thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon. Oh, and I'm wearing blues because I'm optimistic they'll get a chance to defend their Stanley Cup. So if anybody's wondering that, that's why. I'll talk to you soon.